Reviewing and unboxing the HyperX Cloud Alpha 2 wireless. Thanks so much, HyperX, for sending this one out. This is Mark from NoisyPixel.net coming to you for another tech review and unboxing. Today we have the brand new HyperX flagship headset. Very excited to try this headset out because they claim up to 250-hour battery life. It has hybrid connection with Bluetooth and 2.4 and also simultaneous, so you don't have to switch. And also featuring their brand new little control module here. So let's get this thing open. Just one tab on the bottom. And here we go. Little dust flap action. Boom, HyperX Alpha 2. Right as you open the box. Beautiful presentation, other than the plastic. We'll come right back to the headset, but we're gonna take out the brand new RGB external volume hotkey module thing. I think it's gonna be a little gimmicky and it comes right out of the box, not seated in, but it is definitely well made. I mean, it feels well made in the hand, but we'll come back to this as well. Is there anything else in the box? Under the main frame, you do have two pouches. This is gonna be your main accessory pouch right here. Don't lose this. Just pops right open. And out comes a bag. This is probably gonna have our boom mic and all the other stuff, hopefully. Boom mic's right here. So typical looking HyperX boom, pretty chunky. I'm hoping to see improved audio quality from previous generations. Here's gonna be our braided 3.5mm cable if you choose to wire this thing up. We also have the world's shortest USB-C charging cable, probably just about 1 foot here. We also have another USB-C to C cable, which is gonna be 2 meters. I suppose the long cable is to power this, and the short cable is for charging overnight, because 250-hour battery life, you really don't need to be charging this during the use. So I think they understand that. We're gonna go right to the Alpha 2 after this, but we're gonna remove this plastic here. Really never seen something like this come with a headset, so I'm hoping this is nicer than I thought. And lastly, a pretty simple unboxing. Back to the Alpha 2, we have these pull tabs here. Another one on the other side. All right, and another look at the Alpha 2. Here's the in and out ports on each cup. We have a lot of controls on this headset, so it's a little confusing at first, but it looks like we have a volume dial, some sort of multi-function connection button, a toggle switch for Bluetooth to wireless or hybrid, and then we also have, looks like a mute button, a power button, a wired port if you want to wire the headset, a charging cable, and the boom mic port. So this thing is packed with in and out ports, more so than any other headset I've really seen. You can also see the headset continues to use the external wiring format to HyperX. That's been like the going design. The Alpha 2 also is supposed to come with a built-in microphone, so we will certainly see if that is even worth it, because usually they're not. We're gonna see if we could turn it on for the first time. Let's see if it has battery life in the box. Power on. First try on before we head to the review. Here's the first look of it on my head, and the passive sound canceling is pretty decent. Not amazing, but my voice is definitely muffled. The microfiber ear cups are very comfortable, at least upon first wear. I don't know if they're gonna hurt over time or get gross or sweaty, but feels very light on the head, very comfortable. I would say more of the weight of the headset lies on the ears, not on the headset. A lot of the weight is right here, just so you know. But overall, it looks pretty good. Can't really complain about the look, doesn't look too silly. These are a little bulky compared to the headset size, but such is life. Maybe a quick expansion test, see how big it gets. Overall, yeah, see, comes down pretty far. It's off my ears. In terms of space inside the ears, very spacious. Maybe just a quick button test. The buttons are very sticky, honestly, other than the multi-connection button, the power button, the switch, even the mute button are very, very thick and they don't have much play. This has been Mark from Noisy Pixel. Thank you for sticking around for the unboxing section, and here comes the review of the Alpha 2 wireless. Not surprisingly, HyperX releases a new headset before the holidays. Although I appreciate the brand's focus on comfort and practicality, it might fall short in other key areas like sound quality or durability. Having said this, I was inadvertently surprised by HyperX's brand new hybrid gaming headset, the Cloud Alpha 2 wireless. This set of cans not only raises the speaker game with a wealth of stellar attributes at a price of $299, but it is also a bit gimmicky and expensive for my liking. The Alpha 2 can undoubtedly make you smile.
HyperX excels at selecting cushions, and the Cloud Alpha 2 wireless is no exception, coming preloaded with microfiber pads that cradle your face beautifully. Granted, the negatives of this dense material include extra heat, sweat, and shorter texture longevity, as well as a tendency to stick to dust or fuzz. However, it's very comfortable and feels like butter every time you wear it. The unique choice of texture stands out in the consumer marketplace, making you feel like your money was well spent. HyperX fell short in headband comfort here, although not uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like it matches the premium factor of the earpads, and the focus seems heavily shifted towards the pads over comfort on your scalp. The structure and frame of the Cloud Alpha 2 wireless are not something to boast about, providing a similar touch and feel to their standard tier of headsets, although it is made with stainless steel. It works with their going design format with the wires hanging out on the sides, but it would have been nice to see some evolution in design on a headset at this price. The construction is rigid in the headband, leaving little room for flexibility beyond normal movement. On the other hand, the Alpha 2's grip on your head and ears feels generally weighted nicely and doesn't create extra pressure points on your temples, maybe slightly heavy on the top and bottom of my ears. But overall, it's a delight to wear. It weighs in at about 0.76 pounds. The Alpha 2 wireless ear cups can be turned for flat pack, but the device does not entirely fold in or condense. Overall, the build quality of the Alpha 2 is standard, leaving the earpads to be the star of the experience. One of my biggest qualms with the Alpha 2 wireless is the external dongle, which is also a macro key and volume pad. Yes, this device offers benefits that are close to your hands while gaming or streaming, such as the ability to mute, control volume, and macro any fast action you really need. The convenience is handy and valuable, and it's also well made, but the device seems to cheapen the experience to some extent. On that note, the macro or launcher feature doesn't seem to work right now on the control module via the beta of Ngenuity, which basically removes a significant selling point of this format. Most people would be hesitant to spend $300 on a premium high-fidelity headset designed for travel and practicality, only to find that my dongle is nested in a bulky control pad. I wouldn't care as much if they had a small dongle as well, but this is an oversight in the hybrid headset experience in this case. Some people will find a lot of value in this format, but for me, it's too extra, yet I can appreciate the act of innovation. Side note, for wired headset users, the control pad features a 3.5mm line in and out if you want to route through the macro pad for headset control. Due to the abundance of features on this device, one can find exactly 1 million in and out ports here. The right ear has a volume dial separate from PC audio, which is a plus, a multifunction button, and a wireless to hybrid switch. The left ear cup has the boom port, USB-C charge port, 3.5mm jack, mic mute and monitoring button, and the power button. What a mouthful, and it is undoubtedly a handful as well. Granted, I'm just poking fun, but it does add a lot of visual bumps for a premium headset. Nonetheless, it is nice to have all the control available on the hardware itself rather than only in an external control pad or app. The buttons themselves aren't the best made, as some, such as the power and multifunction buttons, seem stiff and lacking texture or feedback. With so many buttons here, it's already overwhelming to develop the muscle memory for each. To enter pairing mode, you can hold the power and multifunction buttons together. I've tried a variety of hybrid headsets, and in terms of functionality, latency, and ease of use, the Cloud Alpha 2 wireless is actually the best yet. No latency to connect, no lag when starting or stopping content on the phone, and seamless sound integration to the speakers. It comes easier this time because of the 8 to 12 speaker channels presented in the Alpha 2, so it seems more spacious and clearer while listening to two audio sources at once. As always for audiophiles, there is a clear distinction in audio clarity when using Bluetooth, but it is nothing to complain about. The Cloud Alpha 2 wireless is the best sounding headset I've heard from HyperX in a long time, and its sound quality generally impressed me. The bass response is loud and strong with high volume levels, and mids and highs come through clear with minor distortion, all on 53mm dual chamber drivers. All of this is paired with a host of sound control features found in HyperX Ngenuity, with toggles to enable the 8 to 12 channel audio, spatial audio, and custom equalizers. None of these features adds distortion or hinders the sound really, yet they do present a clean difference in tone. I expected a worse experience when playing with the surround sound features, as I tend to, but it only left me more impressed by the soundstage. From music to entertainment to gaming, the Alpha 2 sound quality seemed to make everything sound better than ever. Oh yeah, did I mention that the headset has 250 hours of battery life on 2.4 GHz? Add that benefit with sound fidelity and you have yourself a fantastic package. After updating their app, HyperX Ngenuity is where you can customize on-screen and toggle features. In HyperX Ngenuity, you can change to 12-channel audio and all the spatial audio settings as long as you turn it on in the Windows settings, so don't forget to do that. I appreciate the difference in tone regarding spatial audio, but what I didn't appreciate is that most of the features, such as mic monitoring, are locked behind the use of the boom mic provided or the line-in feature. When it comes to the boom mic, for the first time in a while, I've actually come to appreciate its quality. There's a bit of low floor noise that, without AI noise reduction, the built-in Ngenuity app doesn't do much to help at all. But in general, the tone and clarity of the Alpha 2's boom input signal are relatively clean, totally usable for content creation with some assistance needed for noise reduction. The boom mic is very flexible, but it lacks a flip-up feature. Must I say that this boom mic is made for kids or young adults with smaller heads than mine, as the mic barely reaches my mouth, leaving a distant sounding input fidelity. Many of my friends have said I sound very far away. You can hear a substantial difference when the Alpha's mic reaches a standard speaking distance, leaving room for consumers of different ages to question this part of the headset's build. Alright, so I plugged in the boom mic, and as you can hear, I'm still muffled, and I think that's because the boom mic just simply isn't made for someone like me. My head, I guess, is too big for this headset. This would probably work better for a kid where his mouth will be closer to the boom mic, because as I lift this off my left ear and move the boom mic closer to the input near my mouth, it's going to sound a lot clearer, which is actually pretty good for dialogue. But the thing is, my left ear cup is hanging off my ear right now entirely just to get this quality, so it really isn't too practical for, I guess, older people, adults. Maybe it's more optimized for kids. I didn't fully utilize the line in and out feature through the control module. Still, I did compare wired performance using HyperX's audio interface with wireless performance using the provided dongle. I actually did prefer the wireless quality due to digital enhancements, which resulted in higher volumes, punchier bass, and greater clarity overall. Possibly a better interface can compete with the wireless quality here, but I'll stick to the dongle when using the Alpha 2 wireless. Lastly, the internal mic is what you'd expect, muffled and low quality for content standards, but it's super convenient when paired with the great hybrid Bluetooth experience, whether you're using an external PC mic or just making a phone call.
Testing the internal mic of the Alpha 2, and obviously extremely distant and muffled, but I must say it is convenient to have, but not in the quality, but in practicality.
Talking about range, the Cloud Alpha 2 wireless continues to impress with its 20-meter connection distance, and let me tell you, it does that and maybe even more. Granted, it matters how thick the walls are. I was able to go further outside away from my apartment than ever before with this headset. The range was nothing but amazing. Testing Bluetooth while connected to my iPhone 15 Pro Max offered similar yet degraded results as expected. The Cloud Alpha 2 wireless charges 10% every 25 minutes on average, providing a labeled 6-hour charge via HyperX. Charge time could be faster for a premium product at 6 hours, but let's not forget why it's that long: the 250-hour battery. Some other negative opinions include there is no on-screen battery life on Ngenuity, you can't change the color of the buttons on the dongle module, nor can you turn them off, which is a bummer for my peripheral vision for sure. It's also challenging to remember the nuances of the default controls of the dongle module, further adding to my qualms of that device. Lastly, HyperX has removed active noise cancelling and transparency options, which, although disappointing for some, I think is a good play given the package the Alpha 2 wireless offers. I take better sound and comfort any day over a feature I use once a year. To each their own, I guess. Overall, although there are a few negative trade-offs to be found, the HyperX Cloud Alpha 2 wireless is a force to be reckoned with. From top-tier comfort, sound quality, feature access, and connectivity, the device simply does it all, without really compromising much, other than a strange format for connecting 2.4 GHz. The wireless sound quality is upbeat with similarly priced competition, while still offering a wealth of options for consumers to enjoy. Maybe there are better headsets overall at the $300 price point, but they won't be as fun or fluent in the gaming space as the Alpha 2, nor will they boast a 250-hour battery life. Sometimes we don't want our heads tethered to our desk, and the Alpha 2 makes wireless sound that much more enticing. Just say goodbye to active noise cancelling for now, and your ears will thank me. Noisy Pixel is giving the HyperX Cloud Alpha 2 wireless an A-. It's a great headset, but I'd rate this product higher if there was an option without the control pad at a cheaper cost with the same sound quality. I think it's cool, but my desk is already so cluttered. Thank you for watching. Noisy Pixel is a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all of our future content, and don't forget to check out our Patreon, where we have an exclusive monthly magazine and more at patreon.com/noisypixel. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one, nerds.
Noisy Pixel.